Hi, it's Dustin here, and as you can tell in this video, I have positioned the moose antlers to look like they're growing out of the back of my head. These moose antlers have appeared in many videos. I actually haven't featured them for quite a while. So these were in here when I moved into my place. I do videos in a number of ways. Sometimes we do it studio style with a background. Sometimes I do it in another office that I have. But for a long time, these moose antlers were in many videos, so I've decided to bring them back today. All right, so I want to talk a little bit today about daily rituals and how important that is for your success. And what sparked that is I just actually bought this book called Daily Rituals, and it's fascinating to see how different people in history have positioned their lives for their productivity. Now, everybody's different, and the problem is that we try to cookie cutter everybody into one, everybody tries to cram or fit every square peg into a round hole and all that sort of stuff. And it just doesn't work. Everybody works. Some people are morning people, some people are afternoon, some people are night people. And I'm sure you know by now where you work best, where your creative energy is. For example, for me, my best thinking time happens between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. So those are my most cherished times for thinking. The afternoon, I try to do things like email and one-off managing topics that don't require all of my brain. So with your business and within real estate, there's always going to be two types of work that you're going to do. There's what we call making and managing. And making is your highest value task. And what ends up happening is we end up spending most of our time managing instead of making. So one of the things that I want you to do and take from this is I want you to organize your productivity so that, for one, figure out when you're able to use your brain most effectively. And two, schedule your highest value making task first thing during that session. So for example, for me, if I start off at 10 a.m. and I start checking email, by the time I'm done checking email, I've used all the glycogen in my brain and my willpower, and it's robbed me to be able to do tasks that allow me to make and produce that actually bring in money. You see, it feels great to get in there and start doing emails and doing phone calls and things like that, but it just doesn't profit at the end of the day. It's managing versus making, and you can do that stuff later in the day when you've expended your willpower and your glycogen on things that are going to bring in money for you long term. So an example of that is, remember, don't just look at this as in today. If you're not doing the most important thing to your business first thing, it's not costing you today. It's costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars 5, 10, 20 years from now by just kicking the can down the road. And we all go through phases like this. I've went through phases where I'll go weeks of just managing, right? It's easy, it's fun to manage, well, kind of. So what I want you to take from this is I want you to build a ritual that allows you to have your productivity time where you're focusing on the most important thing first. And write out a plan before you open your computer, okay? I don't remember what quote it was or something, but one of the guys said that we're too loose with our time and too tight with our money, when it should be the other way around. Be tight with your time and make enough money to be loose with your money and not sweat the small stuff, because time is the only thing we have, and that's one thing we all have equally, so we can make the choice to use it effectively. So today's homework is I want you to come up with a ritual. Maybe I'll explain mine a little more in detail one day, but fit it to what suits you best. Now, you might already be working and having a job, so you need to really use that chunk of time. So say your ideal time to work is in the morning, but you have to go to your job, right? So you can only do it after work. So as far as a ritual to create, don't check email, Facebook, or text messages until you've done at least an hour of making, right? Doing the type of tasks that brings in money within your business. So that's your homework for this video here. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.